Hello students, this is the second part of Lifeline of National Economy. As you know, the national economy, we have studied that about the lifeline. What are the lifelines? That is transport and communication. Because of the country, transport and communication, any nation economy runs. How they runs, we will study in this chapter part also. Earlier we have studied about the transportation. How in transportation we have studied about the roadways, how the roadways preceded railways, and what are the classification of roadways in India, and the spread of the roadways in India and their density, then some challenges behind the roadways and all. Today we are going to study about the railways. Railways are are the principal mode of transportation for goods and passengers in India. As you know that they are the principal mode of rail goods and passengers, freight and passengers. In book it is written freight. Freight means goods. All kind of goods are can be transported by the railways also, and very useful for the railways. Next point is railways also make it possible to conduct various activities like business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, along with the transportation of goods over longer distances. That is why the railways are said as a multifarious. Multifarious useful for us because it can be helpful for the business tour. It can be helpful for the sightseeing. If you want to go for the sightseeing, railways are more preferable than any other transport. Then it is very helpful for the pilgrimages. When you want to travel other all kinds of pilgrimages, the railways are better facilities, provide better facilities for the pilgrimages. And it, the special thing, it bind the economic life of the country. Okay, it bind the economic life of the country. As you know that railways is the highest economic expenditure. That is why it bind the economic life of the country as well as accelerate the development of in the industries and agriculture. In the industries and agriculture, it accelerate the development of any industry or agriculture. That is why it is called the acceleration of the Indian economy, or we can say the economic life of any country. Railways are considered the most possible or most important transport. And other in other way we can say the Indian railway is the largest public sector undertaking in the country. India railways is the largest public sector, means government work, government, whatever the government provide na, they are the public sectors undertaking the country. The first train stream in India is, that is Mumbai to Thane, and that was in 1853, covering 34 kilometers only. Apart from an important means of transport, the Indian railways have been great integrated force for more than 150 years. Rail network, if we will see, as you know that first rail network, first rail train was carried in Mumbai to Thane from 1853, covering 34 kilometers. Seeing the railway network in India, that is 7,031, note down the students, 7,031 stations spread over a route length of 63,221 kilometer, with a fleet of 7,817 locomotives, 5,000 out of 63,000 it is, okay beta. After that, 5,321 passenger service vehicles, 4,904 other coaches vehicles, and 228,170 wagons on as on. So here, development of railways, not about the development of the railways, we can say distribution of the railways. The Indian Railways is now recognized into 16 zones plus also. Plus one is also again it one included in it. It is recognized in 16 zones. It is divided, the Indian Railways is divided into 16 zones. Understand that? The distribution pattern of the railway network in the country has been largely influenced by physiographic, economic and administrative factors. The distribution of these railways are highly influenced by the physiographic. As you know that making or tracking all that for the railways, it's very different in topography places or terrain places. So that is why this is the reason, which are the reasons why the other places are having less railway networks. In some places it is having a large kind of railways. We will study where we get large railway network and where do we not get the large railway network. Economic, administrative factors and all things. So here, first of all, let's see physiographic conditions. In that, first let me see about the northern plains. The northern plains with their vast level land, high population density, rich agricultural resources provide the most favorable condition for their growth. Means, note it down, the why the railways in plains, that is in northern area, is more densely other than comparing to the other places, because of first, vast level land, high population density, they need a lot of transportation, then rich agricultural resources, that is the why they are more favorable than the other places. However, a large number of river, yes, there is challenge. As I have told you, there is challenge behind every success things. So, seeing that one challenge in the northern plain is, that is bridges, construction of the bridges. It require a lot of constructions of the bridges because of the river. In the hilly terrains of the peninsula, next is peninsula region. Peninsula region, the land is not plain in the central plateau. The land is not plain in the central plateau. As you know that peninsula region, plateau region, this high level land. Okay, it is not low level land. It is high level land. Table land we used to say now. Then that is why they faces a lot of challenges. That is, what are the challenges? Hilly areas, railway tracks are led through low hills, gaps or tunnels. Understand, children? In the hilly terrains of the peninsula, railway tracks are led through low hills, gaps or some of the times tunnels. The next one is Himalayan region. We'll talk about the Himalayan regions. It is totally unfavorable for the construction of railway lines due to high relief, sparse population and lack of economic opportunity. See, what are the problems? That is, construction of railway lines due to high relief, means they are very high relief. Now, in that condition, railway lines or railway tracks are not easy to construct. The next one is very sparse population. The population is very less. They do not need a lot of transport things, and the lack of economic opportunities also. The next one is, likewise, it was difficult to lay railway lines on the sandy plain also, in desert also. Let's see other places, that is desert. In desert places, it is very difficult to track or construct railway lines in desert places. If by chance we construct the railway lines also, that in the western area, swamps of Gujarat, forest tracts of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand. See, in desert area I was talking, in desert area by chance these things have a challenge because of the sand. Now sand dunes, and you know that sand dunes, some of the time these lines are not able to recognize where are the railway tracks, because the sand dunes comes and settle there, and that times it is very hard to recognize those places. And the next one is swamp of the Gujarat. This is the next region. Okay, next place where the railway tracks are not able to. Why? The swamps of Gujarat, because it just in the swamps of Gujarat, all the railway tracks are just swamp in the for swamp means कीचड़ ना, वो नीचे landslides, because of those swamps the landslides happens and all the tracks get down under the earth crust, and that is the reason forest tracks are also very challenge for the railway lines in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand. Next verse is the contiguous stretch of Sahyadri could be crossed only through gaps and passes ghats. These are the challenges. In recent times, the development of Konkan Railway along the west coast has facilitated in the movement of passengers, goods in the most important economic region of India. Okay, in the recent times, the development of the Konkan Railway along the west coast has facilitated the movement of passengers and goods in the most important economic region of India. It has also faced a number of problems such as sinking of tracks in some stretches and landslides. Today, the railways have become more important in our national economy than all the means of transport put together. If we put together all the means of transport, even airways, waterways, and landways, roadways, and all that, the railways are coming for the most important transport network. However, railway transport suffers from certain problems as well as many passengers travel without tickets. Although we are also making the travel to the railways, that is, we do not take the tickets. Mostly people going from in local places, they do not take the tickets. Thefts and damage of railway property has not yet stopped completely. People stop the trains, pull the chain unnecessarily, and this cause heavy damage to the railways. Next topic is very important topic, that is pipeline. Pipeline is we'll study in next video. Thank you.